being part of the issue, yes.
What issue?
The issue of you being a security threat.
Hey guys, this is an audit of the Western Illinois Correctional Facility. This is the prison where 3 guards are accused of sodomizing an inmate to death in May of 2018. 1 guard has pled guilty already, and the other 2 were set for trial this August. The prison supposedly made changes to stop this from happening again, with cameras covering blind spots and some type of failsafe to stop employees from lying and hiding evidence. Sean Cox, FBI special agent in charge, stated, "The FBI is committed to vigorously investigating allegations of constitutional violations by law enforcement officers, including corrections officers, who in this investigation have been indicted with violating the civil rights of Mr. Irvin. This case should be a reminder that everyone, including individuals who are incarcerated, is afforded the same protections under the U.S. Constitution, and no one wearing a badge is above the law." Also, Illinois State Police Director Brendan Kelly was quoted as saying, "The people of Illinois must have confidence in the constitutional integrity of the criminal justice system from the streets to the courthouse to corrections. It is the mission of the Illinois State Police Division of Internal Investigation to work with our state and federal partners to hold accountable those who betray that trust." Well, let's see if all that talk made any real-world changes. If you guys like this video, be sure to come back and check out my channel tomorrow. I came back the very next day to perform another audit at this location, and I think you guys are going to like the results. Just taking some video.
What?
I said just taking some video.
What?
Oh, I'm a journalist.
Okay, you're not supposed to be video in the state prison.
Who told you that?
It's in our 80s and our IDs.
Really? I find that a little hard to believe.
It's in our state 80s and IDs. Read the sign up that'll tell you no picture taking or video on state property.
Where does it say that?
In that place up there.
In that small print? So am I on state property?
Yeah.
How?
Because you're right here in the grass. If you were across the road, you wouldn't be, but
You think I'm on state property? I'm on prison property right now?
I'm not. I'm just letting you know, sir. That's all.
Okay. I'm letting you know. I don't believe you. All right, how are you?
Good, myself.
Huh?
I'm doing alright.
Awesome. What are you here for?
Here to see what you're doing.
Oh, taking video.
Of?
Pretty obvious.
Any reason why?
Yeah, they like to torture inmates, and there's a federal prosecution going on right now.
Okay. Do you have any ID on you?
Why do I need to show ID?
Because I was told to come out here and see what you're doing, who you are.
Well,
Are you part of a federal prosecution?
no,
And you have
I'm
no
reporting on it. Do I have to show ID?
when I'm dispatched to go talk to someone and the person is blatantly being part of the issue, yes.
What issue?
The issue of you being a security threat.
I'm not a security threat, though.
You're being a security threat now to prison.
Okay. Do you have a supervisor available?
I do.
Can I speak to him or her?
I can get him, but he's in court right now.
That's fine. We can stand here all day and wait.
Do you have a name or anything?
I'd rather not give it. I'd like to speak to your supervisor. Watch out for the truck. I didn't want you to step out and get hit by a car, man.
Oh, thank you. But I'd still need to identify you, know who you are.
Am I committing a crime by not giving you ID?
No, you're just not cooperating with an officer, and that makes my job a little more difficult.
It's not illegal, though.
Not entirely, but if I can,
It's a yes or a no.
Yeah, I can get my supervisor for you.
I'd appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay.
And also, you're not allowed to be on prison property.
Okay, but
The line of the roadway ends with somewhere between the ditch and the prison, but the prison property butts against it. So,
butts up against it?
yeah.
Okay, so
Option to videotape, camera, all that fun stuff is the opposite side of the roadway, which you're also in someone else's property.
do you know what GIS is?
GIS sounds familiar.
You have geographical information systems. It's how they lay gas lines and everything else. It'll tell you exactly where the property line is at.
Okay.
Okay, I've checked Brown County GIS. I'm acutely aware of where I'm standing right now, and I don't know whoever told you that was either ignorant or they're a liar. Either way, I'm not going to listen to it because I know exactly where I'm standing right now, and I know what I'm doing.
Exactly that you're standing on a roadway?
Yeah. Yep. There's the white line.
Yeah, white.
So you're actually in the roadway now, but there's an easement here. And I find it hard to believe that the prison owns all this over here. In fact, if I were to guess, now I'm just guessing here, even though I just told you I checked GIS, you see those? Those are electrical boxes, right? That's generally. So if I were to guess, and it's an educated guess, it's going to be that their property line to actually be considered on prison property is within a foot or two of that, either direction. And I think I'm further than a foot or two away. I've been doing this for a while.
Yeah, but the roadway, the definition of the roadway highway, you got the road here, you got the highway that is also maintained by the state, city, county, whatever you want to call it. Includes a ditch.
And there's a public easement, though. There's always a public easement. See, I don't see any well-defined line here that says this is prison property. I see a sign right back there that says Western Illinois Correctional Center. So my guess is just about 2 foot over that way. Just a wild guess. I'm here to report on prison guards that sodomized an inmate to death. They've been caught lying repeatedly. I'm just going to guess and say that they lied and told you I did something that I really didn't do. But that's why I'm here. I'm reporting on prison guards that murder people that are handcuffed.
Okay. No, I was just told that you were
Yep. And that's 100% legal. I know it for a fact.
Yeah. But there's still the whole issue of being where you're at on a major highway.
That's not a major highway, man. This is 2 lanes.
By our county definition, it's a major highway. We don't have any lanes.
You might want to watch it. I don't trust the regular Joe. I don't. You feel pretty confident about it. I'm not. No, it's definitely public easement. I mean, if you wanted to go on, if you got a computer in your car, you're welcome to check GIS yourself and look it up yourself. Brown County GIS. Most counties actually have a link from their county website. Brown County doesn't. They use a third-party link, but it'll tell you the property taxes of the landowner here. It'll tell you exactly where the property line's at. And I know that property line that they're thinking that they have rights on is over that ditch. So my camera's not going over there. So wherever the public has a right to be, I can be as well with my cameras. It's not a security threat, and just a heads up, you're coming dangerously close to a lawsuit because you can't criminalize a constitutionally protected activity. I've already told you I'm a journalist gathering content for a story. I'm on a public easement, and they're trying to tell me it's suspicious behavior or a security threat. That's just not true. I have seen that sign on several different media websites in the past 10 days. So somebody had to break the law there too, unless they stopped in the middle of the road, and blocked traffic and got out and took pictures that way. So something has to give here. I know something's up. Something's a little fishy. I'm here for the prison, but if I have to come back to Brown County to teach you guys a lesson or two, I will.
Well, I'm all for being taught.
Awesome.
If I'm in the wrong, then I'm in the wrong.
Awesome.
But at the end of the day, I'm concerned for safety on their behalf, your behalf.
Yeah. I'm concerned for the safety of the prison inmates in here. So they are up on federal charges. He's being charged, 3 guards have been charged in federal court. One's pled guilty already. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
All right, are you the sheriff?
No, I'm
Nope.
chief deputy though.
Awesome.
Hey, we don't have a problem with you being here.
Okay.
The problem is I was concerned about you being close to the road. I don't want you to get hit by a car.
Well, I don't either. I was worried about him. He had his back to oncoming traffic, and I don't generally do that myself.
So, I mean, you can film and audio record all you want. That's not a problem. You might just maybe go to the other side of the highway.
But it's not any safer over there either.
Well, I mean,
There's less of less gravel for me to stand on. If you look right here, and believe me, I walked down this, man. That's very, very mushy, by the way. Yeah. It's essentially mud. Yeah. Once you get off that, and it dips down on that side, that entire side over there is mud. So.
Well,
I was trying to tell him
I wouldn't go. I mean, I think you're fine right here because you're in the right of way. But I wouldn't go onto their property.
Oh no, I have no
because,
intentions.
I don't
of
know with the guards and the towers, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't approach a fence or you know.
No. I'm only staying on public easement. Since you said that, I'll let you know. I know exactly what the hell I'm doing. By the way, I can get a picture of the nose hairs of that guard up in that tower if you want to see them.
I don't need to see them, but our concern was that we didn't want you to get hit by a car.
Oh, I don't want to get hit either. I generally, when I walk back, I'll be walking facing oncoming traffic. I won't turn my back to it, and I won't step in the actual.
Are you doing like documentary or?
Yeah, essentially, I'm a journalist. I do a little bit of documentaries, but mostly journalism.
Okay.
I go around and catch corrupt public officials in the act.
Yeah. Are you
Huh? Is it okay if I not say?
I don't really care. Technically.
Is your sheriff's department inside that courthouse?
Yeah.
Okay. Does your judge have an order, a verbal or a written order, restricting cameras from inside the courthouse? Not the court. I understand the courtroom, but I'm saying courthouse.
I think it depends on the situation. All the stuff going on with the prison is not being handled at our courthouse.
Oh no, it's in the Central District, U.S. Central District Court.
Federal court.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, they don't allow cell phones or video recording in the courtroom.
Oh, totally understandable. But I'm saying the courthouse. There's a difference, and that's one of the things I look for.
I don't think there's any restriction on the courthouse. I don't know. I'll have to call the sheriff and ask him if you're wanting to go over there and take pictures and stuff. I mean, people photograph up there all the time. But
Yeah, you guys have an old historic courthouse. I drove by it before I came here. Yeah, Central District, and Alex Banta and Willie Hayden, and the third person.
it's pronounced.
Hayden. Okay. And then I forget the third individual's name. But yeah, that's pretty messed up, man. Scheffler. Yeah, Scheffler. Yeah, and he's probably actually related to me. No joke.
Really?
Yeah. Distant, but
That was our concern. We can't really stop you from videotaping or anything like that. We just want to make
that's
sure
good to hear.
Make sure you don't get on. Don't where they're concerned about safety.
Yeah. They came out here and tried to tell me I was standing on prison property, and you know, I just got done telling him I checked before I came. I'm not stupid.
Well, I mean, I think you'd have to figure in the right of way. I think it's 33 feet from the center of the highway,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and we're definitely within those boundaries.
I mean, you might be able to be. I don't know. You'd probably be on the other side of that ditch.
When you
maybe.
get into bigger cities and they have like roads that go over top of
Well,
each one
hey,
of another, you
hey,
can. Yeah.
Right there, look. ROW. That stands for right of way, right?
Right there. Where did I tell you it was going to be within 2 feet of it?
Isn't that what that marker is?
I would guess
Hello?
ROW.
Yeah,
And there's the
I'm
electrical
sorry,
boxes I told you about.
I'm talking.
And it's difficult to check on a cell phone. So I had to check beforehand. And I got a 56-inch monitor to check shit out on.
So, that was our main concern.
All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna jump out in traffic. I can promise you that much. I'm getting pretty old, man, and I've made it this far. I've been through some pretty dangerous situations. I think I can handle walking down a road.
Okay. Well,
Hey, who knows? I may get hit by a bus someday, but I'll probably be distracted doing something. But no, I'm acutely aware that I've got 45, 55 mile an hour cars going.
so
around
what's
now.
the purpose of these cameras?
Back up?
Just like in case one of your other ones go bad, or
Yeah.
or you don't get footage. And you
I've got several different microphones because they all record differently.
Okay.
Some will get wind noise, some won't. Right now, this camera is pointed at your cars. It really should be pointed at you.
I don't want to be on camera.
Too late. You're on this one. And this one gets a fisheye wider field of view. and it also shows where my hands are at.
Oh, okay.
So I just realized you're Mount Sterling Police. Holy crap! I
Yeah.
should have.
We had something going on at the courthouse, and I couldn't come out here right away.
Oh, okay.
So I asked him to come out here and just talk to
I
you. find
visited
out
your city, 3 or 4 months ago. Your city clerk didn't know that they had a QuickBooks account for the vehicle maintenance on your vehicles. I've got the VIN number to your vehicle. Does that make you uncomfortable?
Not too much.
Okay.
That's pretty easy to say.
Yeah, it's a state-owned or publicly owned vehicle, municipally owned.
What's the purpose of that? You do like audits or something to make sure that they have the vehicles they say, or what?
It's multi-purpose at this point. They told me, and I found this information out over the last 2 years. I noticed all the rioting up in Chicago, LA, Minneapolis, George Floyd stuff going on, and that was the second year in a row we'd have riots. And I'm a big news guy, obviously I'm a journalist, so I'm constantly reading the news, and I'd always see these pictures of burned out police cars. And I was like, that's pretty friggin' irresponsible. Either something's going on. I immediately suspected that it was the cop's fault, because you don't go and park one of your vehicles out in the middle of a riot, off of a beaten path, just out of the blue. You know, you guys know there's shit going down. People are pissed off at the cops. And I thought to myself one day, you know, that's really suspicious, because I'd see that in Houston and Chicago especially, in Minneapolis. And, you know, I get it. There's assholes out there that do that kind of stuff, that are going to Molotov the cop cars no matter what. Okay, I get they exist. But when it's the law enforcement enabling them by parking the car in a purposely nondescript area that's in like a back alleyway, it seems a little suspicious to me. So I started asking questions, and I've already found a couple of things, but yeah, those are being purposely left out by police officers. I'll tell you that right now. And you can go and tell Chicago that there's an auditor that's getting ready to visit them. They're so fucking corrupt, they don't care. They don't care. So I'm going to go up there and catch them. I've already caught several.
Well, that's a good thing about living in a rural community.
Yeah. I will tell you, just last week, or 2 weeks ago, I just caught the chairman of the Illinois Supreme Court Rules Committee violating multiple Illinois laws on camera.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So, and that's the top attorney, well, after the attorney, Kwame Raoul, after that, he's the attorney general, but that guy is top notch. He's appointed by the Illinois Supreme Court. He's supposed to be pretty brushed up on the law, and he got caught by a YouTuber. So, and by the way,
Well, we're not all corrupt.
no, I know you're not. I meet a lot of good cops each day. This guy is going a little, he almost made some mistakes. I wouldn't say corrupt, but I look for ones that make mistakes, and I look for corrupt assholes. The first time I did this, I got meth planted on me by a dirty cop.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that video's on there. So feel free to check it out. I know you're not going to hit the like button. You're probably going to hit the thumbs down button, but just so you know, I already visited City Hall, and your City Hall and police department are in one, right?
Well, no,
Neighbors.
there's separate buildings, yeah.
Separate buildings.
Yeah.
Did them a few months ago, I want to say. I chuckled when not your county clerk, the city clerk had just got done winning his second term, and he was flabbergasted when he found out that you guys had a QuickBooks account for the vehicle maintenance. It took him a week to find it. I was like, holy crap. I used to work in an accounting office, so keeping track of that type of stuff is extremely important. And when I FOIA request those, I'm looking for key information. I'm not trying to damage your vehicles. I've literally visited almost all the police departments in the state of Illinois, and I'm looking for stuff. And by the way, if it makes you feel any better, I didn't find what I was looking for when I went through Mount Sterling stuff. But generally, when you have departments that only have 3 or 4 officers, you're not going to find that corruption. You get up to 50, 60 officers, you're going to find it. And it shouldn't be that easy for somebody to catch, but I started catching thieves when I was 18, just by doing book work. So I just watching the books, and it's always a manager. It's always somebody that thinks they're above the law, or they're the ones that make the rules, and they get caught up because they get too confident with their con. And I just set a trap for them, and they fall right into it. And if they weren't corrupt, they wouldn't fall into the trap. So it's pretty simple. I've literally caught, well, I think I caught 3 thieves in my first year, just from doing accounting work. Now this, I've only been at it for a year, and I've got 75 videos. I've caught probably about 50 or 60 corrupt cops. I've had encounters with close to 2,000 now. I think I'm at 2,000 cops I've talked to. So you're starting to figure out that I know exactly where I'm standing yet?
That wasn't, my concern was the roadway, and I didn't want you to get hit. People are terrible drivers. I mean, they don't pay attention.
I agree. I was telling him the same thing. I don't trust the general public. I wouldn't turn my back to them.
But I mean, this is a maximum security prison out here.
Medium.
So, well, it used to be a maximum. Did they change it to medium?
It's a medium security prison that houses low threat, maximum security inmates.
Okay.
Okay.
My bad.
I didn't know that little
That's
bit.
okay.
I just read it. It said medium. That's
But
the
I mean, security is. They are.
if you could do me a favor.
I just want to make sure you're aware of, not to get too close.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the kind of cameras you got, you're not gonna have any problem getting the footage you need.
No, that one that's down there, I can zoom. I take pictures of birds that are. I can get the license plates on those trucks are a little over a half mile. I can get the license plates on all those 18-wheelers.
Well,
If you want to do me a favor, now this is truly just a favor. You walk in there and tell them, had they come out here and barked any more unlawful orders, I would have made a point to go through and videotape every single one of those cars' license plates, which I know they really wouldn't like. And if they're wondering, the only things I took pictures of were the signage here, just the signs. So the sign that says no photography on grounds.
I haven't read the signs, but is there anything on the signs that says for you to stay off the property? I don't know.
This says, no, they can't really. I mean, they'll have rights. I mean, they're just like, if they want somebody off the actual grounds, yeah, they can arrest. I believe they have arrest powers on there. I just never go to a prison, so. No, the sign right there is above the handgun sign, which in my opinion is piss poor sign placement.
What's it say?
It says no photography while on the grounds. But you gotta understand.
That's pretty common, I think.
Yeah.
In prison.
Yep.
That sign's probably been up there for.
And I wish the prison guards would realize what that sign means, English language, on prison grounds. So I'm not on prison
As long
grounds.
as you're not on prison
Yep.
grounds, I think, there's not much we can do.
You guys don't have body cams.
We're in the process of getting them.
Yep.
The problem
You got
is.
a year, don't you?
No.
2 years.
We have till 2025
Oh shit.
because of the size of our department. But, the state in Illinois has a tendency to tell you exactly what kind of body camera you have to buy.
Probably the most expensive one who they own stock in.
Probably.
Yep.
But
I've lived here my whole life.
we basically we don't want to, it's expensive for a small county like this. So we're basically waiting to get directive on what they're looking for or what they're going to make us buy, so we don't spend the money twice. We don't want to spend the money on a camera and then they turn around and say, well, by law you have to buy this camera.
Totally understandable. I can give you a recommendation since I've probably talked to more cops than you have in the past year. No
Okay.
offense. QPD, Quincy Police, check out their body cams.
I've seen them.
Those are, in my opinion, out of all the ones that I've seen, those ones, they're the best placement because they look just like a button and people don't realize they're on camera, which is great as far as some things go.
We don't. I mean, we're used to being recorded, so we don't care. It's kind of.
But I'm saying whomever you're talking to may not necessarily be 100% aware that everything that
We're not in the business of being
sneaky.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather be out in the open about it. You know what I mean?
I don't mind that at all. I know their video quality is shit.
I know. We got watch guard in our cars for the in-squad cameras, and whatever we get, I kind of want everything to say. Good luck.
I will tell you that just from being into electronics myself. Good luck, because you're gonna need it. I would imagine the amount of companies out there, like just when it comes to dash cams. I mean, we all know that Sony makes quality products, Apple makes quality products, GoPros are so-so. But when it comes to dash cams, there's like 50 different companies that you've never ever heard of, and I'm sure you guys run into that with this, and you don't know what you're buying. I wanted to start doing an investigation on all these companies, because if you look at all the stuff that you've got on you, your clothing, who makes that, who makes the badges, who makes the patches, oh, you're a veteran.
Yep.
Sweet. Army?
Yep.
Awesome.
National Guard now.
Awesome. Nasty girl.
Yep.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I wore the uniform for a bit. I fucking hate the Army. Every one of them can kiss my ass. My personal opinion. But, I was on a first name basis with my company commander on day one, so yeah. Well, where'd you go to basic?
Benning.
Awesome. 30th AG Reception Battalion.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Huh?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Sand Hill?
Yep.
Yeah. Did you have to go into the rubber? Did you get the tire pit, or did you get the sand pits?
We had rock pits.
Rock?
Yeah, it's like pebbles.
I didn't. What year?
2014.
God damn, I'm getting old, man. I was in 2006. Yeah, they had get this. Now, that's a military base. That's the infantry training battalion. It's the only place they train Army infantry in the United States. It's also the only place they airborne train as well. Are you airborne?
Nope.
Why not?
I'm air assault.
That's airborne, right?
Close. not
Rappel
quite.
out of helicopters.
Yep.
No, that back when Google Maps first came out, you could actually see the entire layout of that base. They published the entire layout of the base. I could see where all the barracks were at. I was like, this is stupid. I mean, they built the barracks, by the way, to take direct bomb hits, a 500-pounder. That's what I was told.
I can see it. This is a big building.
Yeah. I watched my third day there, man. I watched a 35-year-old Mexican citizen. That's a whole nother story in and of itself, being in our Army. A 35-year-old Mexican citizen with 6 kids commit suicide off a 30th AG Reception Battalion barracks. Dude jumped from the catwalk and almost landed on me, man. I was on the phone calling home, and I just heard, "Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it." And I thought it was a fight, because there were fights every fucking day there. And I turned around thinking, because there's a mess hall, there's over 1,000 dudes standing right behind me, and most of them are relatively quiet, but you hear, "Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it." And I look back, wow. And yeah, it 1,000 guys standing in that breezeway, man. And if you've been there, it's like auditorium type setting. You probably remember that sound. And he just sat there and moaned and groaned for about 5 minutes. It made me sick to my stomach. That's the only time I got a little queasy, and I've seen some pretty horrific shit. But that one was bad. And I thought he lived. I didn't find out until 2 years later that guy died. But yeah. Did you know citizenship is optional in our military?
I knew that.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I was in. I was like,
A lot of guys join to get their citizenship, but not everyone gets it. It's just a matter of how they feel about it.
Yeah. That's aggravating too. If they serve, dude, and in my opinion, they shouldn't be allowed to serve. But hey, if they did the time and they served honorably and they were honorably discharged, I don't see any reason to restrict them from becoming citizens. I mean, they've paid a higher price than 97% of the rest of the citizens, so.
I didn't get your name, but I'm gonna get out of here.
You handled it nice. My name's Ken.
The longer we stand out here, the more chance we have to get hit. So
probably a good policy.
I'm gonna get out of here, but just stay on the right of way and.
All right. Be sure to let those prison guards know where
I'm gonna call them. They call them.
Awesome. Where that right of way is at, and let them know I did not get there. If they were coming out to be jerks, man, I can be a jerk right back. So let them know that journalists can take pictures out here. This video might get maybe 15 or 20,000 views. So
Just add me out of it.
yeah. Hey, check out, if you get bored sometime,
Give him a card so you can check it out.
you should,
He might want something to do later.
yeah, check out Postmaster Pisses Off Cops. Cops did great.
Alright.
Yeah, it's funny. But I'm sure you can read that cop's mind. It's called Postmaster Pisses Off Cops. That's my favorite video.
Alright. Have a good day, sir.
Yeah, take care, man.